Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well today. Thank you very much for tuning in as always. I really appreciate it. Shout out to all the subscribers and gratitude to anybody new. Welcome along. Let's talk about Tim Tszyu reuniting with his dad, KOSTYA Tszyu. When I say reuniting, you know, basically KOSTYA's lived in Russia. Tim, in an interview recently, I'll try and find it if I can. You know, he was asked if he'd seen his dad recently. He said he doesn't see him that much. This is prior to them linking up. So I thought Reunited was a good title because obviously Vergil Ortiz is looming. And I love seeing this because that's like they both know the level of threat that Vergil Ortiz presents and the level of severity they need to take themselves into training camp. And actually, one of the captions Tim Tszyu said, he said, "My dad's trying to break me, but I'm not going to let him break me." And, you know, I'll pull up a few clips as I'm talking about the camp, but they're in Thailand. And, you know, wow, how you can't get more spiritual than that. Father and son, shadow boxing outside, some what looks like a temple. And just I love it. You know, I love this because this is like the biggest fight of his career, bar none. And if he wins this, especially if he wins it in style, or convincingly, it's going to catapult him to absolute, I would say superstardom. It's going to be a massive boost. He's already a star in Australia. He's slowly becoming that in America. Obviously, the Fondora fight was an unfortunate, the way it played out. Let's be honest. The first two rounds were looking like he was going to get the stoppage. Let's just be honest, you know.
Body punches in the sport. Oh, and that right hand. And the left hook right hand for Tszyu with their front feet on. And wow, another sniper like another right hand lands. And
a lot of people didn't comment on how he actually fell into Fondora's elbow. There was a lot of people just saying that he threw himself into the elbow. That wasn't true. If you look at the footage, I'll pull it up. It was a southpaw. You know, he just tripped up over his leg. That was a southpaw thing, and he just flew into his elbow.
He's bleeding bad. Fondora's bleeding bad.
And then obviously we know what happened after that. He couldn't really see, but look, you got to give Fondora credit. He boxed a great fight as well. It was what it was. It was unfortunate, you know, but you know, he took the L like a man. And before he's even healed, he's on the deal with Ortiz. I mean, they're both of them are major warriors, and they're an absolute blessing to the sport. And this is an amazing fight, and it's going to be an amazing fight. And I'll be covering it quite hard, but this is an early stage where you see like the zeitgeist of where they are spiritually. Like, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to take myself to camp, and I need to put myself in the darkest place possible. And I'm going to call my dad up, and he's going to help me, and I'm going to get my dad to try and break me. And wow, I love it, you know. And the Vergil Ortiz will be training hard too. Let's hope he doesn't have any reoccurring injuries that he's had before. You know, we want the best out of these guys so we can get the best fight. And this is what I love. They're both gentlemen, you know. They're both great for the sport, and they acknowledge each other's spirit, and they want to fight each other. And that is boxing at its purest. You know, we are going to get one hell of a fight. That is one hell of a card. That's not even the main event. That is a main event by itself. And like I said, Tim Tszyu coming off a loss, he is going to be absolutely licking his wounds, you know, ready for, I don't want to say revenge, but just to get back, because that's the kind of fighter he is. He's an old school throwback fighter, and he's got that Russian Siberian mentality. I say Siberian, somebody called me out on this on my film study that I did, when I never said he was from Siberia. The guy was just picking holes in everything I said, which was incorrect. He's spent time in Siberia, right? His dad did. So I'm just saying there's that steel, his grandpa is Mongolian and Korean, right? So they've spent time there. So it's just the steel mentality. And obviously KOSTYA's Russian, the mother's Russian, but Siberia is where they spent a bit of time, at least the family. You know, I spoke about this in the film study where they had that knuckle hardening exercise that they do on a daily basis. That's like doesn't really happen in the West, you know. I love it.
It's beautiful being able to work on your hands like this. These are the tools of this profession.
I'll try and pull up the clip if I can. If you haven't seen that, that video's out there. I'll leave the link in the description, but I can imagine he's doing that. And a key part to this fight with Ortiz is there's a little footage of him countering the jab, where he's kind of baiting in and he's countering the jab too. Tim Tszyu a superb counter puncher. I've made so many videos about him and about his style and his defense. I just did one on his offense as well, because what he does is he's systematic with it, but he doesn't waste anything. And he's waiting for you to punch, and then if you don't punch, he'll back you up and punch, and if you do punch, he'll probably counter you, so then it makes you not want to punch, so then he punches. It's like a suffocating system, but he's dealing with someone who's got ferocious punching in Vergil Ortiz, who is an absolutely mean guy, and he comes to hurt you and throw bad intentions on every single punch. But the jab can be countered. Vergil Ortiz's jab can be countered. Tim Tszyu a superb counter puncher, especially countering the jab. He's done it in every single fight, and I'll pull up a clip. I'll do a full film study on this fight and a full fight breakdown, and I'll go live for this event. I cannot wait for that. I'm going to go live for the Matthias Paro fight. I'd love for you to join me, and I'll let you know closer to the date. I'll put a link in the community tab, and we can chop it up. I'll just sit back here, have a nice couple of cold beers and watch the boxing. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. Wow, what a year for boxing. 2024 has been electric, and it's only getting better. And we've got some mouth-watering fights in the pipeline, this being one of them. And that's why I wanted to just to check in and drop in a little, see what's going on with the... maybe I'll try and find some footage of Vergil Ortiz training. I know he's back with Robert Garcia, which I really love, because, you know, he left the gym. I think it was to do with sparring. I watched a few videos back in the day, but one thing that I liked was, like, Vergil Ortiz left his guitar there, or he left his equipment, some kind of equipment in the gym as he left. So it was just like a little... I'll be back, you know, this is my gym, I love you guys, but I've got to go and find my sparring, and you know, they've treated me well. Now he's back there, maybe he's picked his guitar up, but it sounds like a silly story, but it's like, you know, that's love, you know, that's gym love, where, you know, he's the kind of guy, he's never going to forget. I don't think he's a respectful dude, Vergil Ortiz, you know, and they're both respectful men, and this is why it makes it more of a great fight. The backstory, they want to fight each other, to dare to be great and get the best out of each other. And if you're new to the channel, what I focus in on, and I love and I cover, which is why I cover Tim Tszyu so hard, is because he tries to get the best out of himself. And if you're doing that as a human being in the toughest sport in the world, you have got my ultimate respect. And the same with Vergil Ortiz. You know, I haven't made as many videos on him, but a lot of the fighters I cover, there's a reason behind it, and it's because of this. They got skills as well. Once I started looking at his skills and his defense, I was like, wow. And the desire, the dedication, the actual ambition, the belief, all of it. All of it. So they're great for the sport. Tim Tszyu's great for the sport. Vergil Ortiz is great for the sport. This fight is great for the sport. And, you know, his dad, KOSTYA, was great for the sport, and this is why he's been summoned. I don't know who summoned who, or who requested who, but it doesn't matter. It's amazing. He is back with his dad, training in Thailand, and he's going to put one hell of a camp in. He looks more driven than I've ever seen him, which is hard to say, and he's going to be ready to fight. And I'm picking Tim Tszyu to win, not just because I've been covering him, but because of the things I mentioned about his counter-punching ability. He's a lot smarter, a little bit, oh, I don't say a lot, let me retract that, because Vergil Ortiz is quite intelligent, and he actually said in his post-fight that he's starting to think a bit more, and he's a thinker as well. But I just think Tim Tszyu's a bit smarter. He's obviously been far more active at a higher level. There are some question marks about Ortiz and his endurance. He hasn't ever been 12 rounds. He's knocked everybody out. There's a excuse me, a possibility. God, excuse me, a possibility Ortiz could get the stoppage. I'm not ruling that out. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to be blindly saying it for this. But if you look at the counter punching ability Tim Tszyu has, the toughness that he has, he's got some power too, but it's his smartness. He's highly intelligent, and highly intelligent boxers usually overcome somebody less intelligent. But obviously Ortiz has got that power, and he's got that just mean ferociousness. If you saw how he knocked out Delorme with just effortless.
He doesn't waste punches when he's out of range. So that's
good shot to the body, and Thomas Delorme.
Vicious, but there's going to be some mean body punches exchanged. They're both excellent body punchers. Vergil Ortiz might be a better body puncher by a smidget, you know, maybe. But either way, it's the kind of fight you're just going to think, oh my God, I hope these guys come out the ring safely. Do you know what I mean? Because this is a dangerous fight. But that's it from me. I've been rambling quite a bit. Yeah, if you are a Vergil Ortiz fan, shout out to you. I hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day in America. And if you're from Australia or just a boxing fan as well, shout out to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You know, if you are new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if you want more videos, hit the subscribe button. If you are a subscriber of the channel and you're looking for boxing tutorial videos, tomorrow I'm going to be doing the jab. That is going to be tomorrow morning. I'll be out there at like 6:30 in the morning when it's nice and quiet. And I'm going to do 5 parts to how to throw a jab. I've already done a stance one. And anybody that wants to learn, I know it's you know, a different side to boxing. We're covering fights and people might not be interested in that. But maybe some people are. So look out for that. And shout out to a subscriber, Dave. If you're tuned in, mate, much love to you, brother, because you know he's somebody that's commented, and he said he's been watching some of the tutorial videos, and it means a lot because it's like, you know, YouTube's so funny because you can do a video. I'm in the room with absolutely nobody in here. There's nobody here. I'm talking to a camera, yet it can go out to somebody in Australia and they can get an impact from it. You know, whether it be enjoying the video or learn something. You know, it's a blessing. Anybody that's watched this far, it's a blessing to me. Do you know what I mean? I'm so grateful. I mean that. You know, so I hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing. You know, have a good one. That's it from me. All right, peace.
I have some ideas how to increase something.
Boxing.
On edge.